You didn't grow up early because you were strong. You grew up early because you had to. Because calm wasn't consistent. Because moods could change the room. Because problems didn't announce themselves. Because being unaware had consequences. So you learned to pay attention. Not in a loud way, in a careful way. You watched tone before words. You watched faces before explanations. You noticed silence before conflict. Other kids reacted. You anticipated. You didn't call it stress. You called it being prepared. You learned that staying useful kept things stable. You learned that needing less made things easier. You learned that asking questions could make things worse, so you stopped asking. You adjusted. You adapted. You handled. That's what growing up early actually means. Not maturity. Responsibility without protection. When you grow up like that, your nervous system changes. It learns that safety is conditional. It learns that calm can disappear. So it stays alert, not anxious, ready. That readiness doesn't turn off when you get older. It follows you into relationships. As an adult, you don't ask for much. You sense what others need before they say it. You adjust your tone. You soften your reactions. You smooth things over quickly. You don't like tension hanging in the air, so you manage it, sometimes before it even exists. People often describe you as easy to be with, low maintenance, understanding. What they don't see is the work behind that. You learned early that harmony mattered more than honesty, that stability mattered more than expression. So in relationships, you often minimize yourself. You downplay needs. You delay asking. You tell yourself it's not a big deal. Until it is, you may feel strangely uncomfortable being cared for, not because you don't want it, but because you never learned how to receive it without staying alert. When things feel calm, part of you waits for the shift, for the change, for the moment you'll need to respond. That's why closeness can feel confusing. You want connection, but your body associates closeness with responsibility, with monitoring, with being ready. You might leave emotionally before conflict escalates, or stay physically present while pulling inward. Not to punish, to protect. What once kept you safe as a child doesn't always build closeness as an adult. Awareness helped you survive, but it can keep you guarded. This isn't a flaw. It's a pattern, one you learned early, and patterns learned in childhood don't disappear on their own. They wait to be noticed. If this felt familiar, you don't need to fix yourself. You need to understand what your body learned before you had a choice, because once you see the pattern, it stops running quietly in the background. If you want more breakdowns like this, where early experiences are traced into adult behavior without blaming or dramatizing, stay here. Pay attention. These reactions aren't random. They're learned, and learning to see them is how they slowly loosen their grip